1:15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Geethanjali Ramanayaka. The headlines. The World Food and Agriculture Organization has agreed to provide 365,000 bags of urea fertilizer to Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka to receive 6 batches of rice from China. Litro resumes LP gas distribution after 11 days. City bus service will be implemented in order to provide speedy transport service to the people. Displaying of voters' register begins today. In foreign news, Rwanda asylum flight cancelled after legal action. News in detail. The World Food and Agriculture Organization has agreed to provide 365,000 bags of urea fertilizer needed for the paddy cultivation of low-income farmer families for the forthcoming Yala season. Accordingly, Minister Mahinda Amaravira said that a bag of urea fertilizer will be given for each farmer family. The organization has also agreed to provide 18,000 rupees for a family. Therefore, 14,000 such families are to receive this concession. The minister said that a decision has been taken to cultivate soya, maize, green gram to produce triposha in the country. 6 batches of rice are scheduled to arrive in Sri Lanka under China's 500 million RMB grant to the island nation, the Embassy of China in Colombo said today. The first and the second batches are meanwhile scheduled to reach the Colombo port on the 25th and 30th of June. Taking to its official Twitter handle, the Chinese embassy said 10,000 metric tons of rice will be provided to the most needy kids under the school meal program across Sri Lanka. Litro Gas Lanka Limited, one of the primary suppliers of domestic LP gas in the country, has resumed its distribution process after 11 days. In a video statement issued yesterday, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said the priority in the distribution of the latest shipment of 3,500 metric tons of LP gas would be given to hospitals, hotels and crematoriums. Unloading of this LP gas shipment began yesterday at the Litro gas terminal in Muthurajavela after the payment of $2.5 million, which includes the demurrage charges, was settled on Monday. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Project Director of the Ministry of Transport Nalaka Disanayaka says that the city bus service will be implemented in order to provide speedy transport service to the people. It will be implemented from the Makumura Multipurpose Transport Centre. The buses have been deployed every 15 minutes. He also said new trains will be added for transportation activities from today. Transport facilities for school children and the office workers will be further developed. More information can be obtained regarding the city bus service by contacting the telephone numbers 075 3224 532 or 071 8529 817. That's 075 3224 532 or 071 8529 817. The Election Commission says displaying of electoral register related to this year's electoral roll revision process will commence from today. According to the election body, the lists will be displayed until 12th of July. Meanwhile, the list of names that will be removed and included in the electoral roll will be displayed from the 15th of this month to the 12th of July. The election body further stated the submission of claims and protests will also be made during this period. If the general public has any issue or inquiry regarding the electoral roll revision, the Elections Commission wants them to contact the Grama Nilladhari officer or the respective area and take necessary action or visit the district elections office. And that ends local news for now.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The Consumer Affairs Authority urges the public to refrain from buying and storing paddy or rice unnecessarily. This will help to put an end to the rice mafia. The Consumer Affairs Authority assured there is enough rice in the country and that the mill owners are trying to hoard rice due to the rice price control gazette. To prevent this, the Consumer Affairs Authority has been conducting raids countrywide and enforcing the law against all traders who sell and hoard rice illegally. And that was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Now in Watchlight, the Department of Immigration and Immigration requested the people to prevent from arriving at the department to obtain visa applications, except those who wish to migrate for foreign jobs soon. It has also been reported that a large number of people arrive at the department for one-day service of issuing visa applications. Therefore, there is a huge congestion at the department. That was Watchlight. And moving on to a bulletin of world news in the headlines. Rwanda asylum flight cancelled after legal action. Joe Biden to visit Middle East allies amid strains. High street pharmacies in England will be funded to refer customers for the checks. World news in detail. The first flight due to take asylum seekers from the UK to Rwanda was cancelled minutes before takeoff after legal rulings last evening. Up to 7 people had been expected to be removed to the East African country, but the flight was stopped after a late intervention from the European Court of Human Rights led to fresh challenges in the UK courts. Home Secretary Priti Patel said she was disappointed but added preparation for the next flight begins now. However, James Wilson from campaign group Detention Action said the rare intervention from the European Court of Human Rights shows how potentially dangerous the Rwanda removals are. Joe Biden is to visit the Middle East for the first time as U.S. President with a trip to Israel, the Palestinian territories and Saudi Arabia. The tour will take place over 4 days in July. Relations between the U.S. and its allies have been tested since Mr. Biden came to office in January 2021. The White House has criticized Israeli statements. Palestinians have urged stronger support, and Saudi ties have frayed over the murder of a journalist. When he was camping for the presidency in 2019, Mr. Biden vowed to make Saudi Arabia the pariah that they are for killing Jamal Khashoggi. People with a worrying cough, problems swallowing, or blood in their urine will soon be able to be referred for scans and checks by a pharmacist rather than having to wait to see their GP. The new pilot scheme in England aims to diagnose more cancers early when there's a better chance of cure. High street pharmacies will be funded to refer customers for their checks. The NHS will also send out more roaming trucks to perform on-the-spot scans in the community. Lung scanner vans driven to locations including supermarket car parks and football stadiums have already resulted in more people having checks. Back to the headlines of the world news. Rwanda asylum flight cancelled after legal action. Joe Biden to visit Middle East allies amid strains. High street pharmacies in England will be funded to refer customers for the checks. And that ends the world news, and moving on to development news. The Galle District Secretariat Office has commenced a program to cultivate manioc in the district. The program is being initiated under the Food Crop Production Promotion Program. This program will be expanded in viharas, schools and common places as well.
Sports News is brought to you by
Sampath Bank. We present your future.
Today is the second day of the 4-day cricket match being played between visiting Australian A-team and Sri Lankan A-team in Hambantota. Australia A-team scored 379 runs in their first innings. Sri Lanka A-team scored 95 runs for 3 wickets when the match was halted for lunch. Still on cricket, Captain Ben Stokes said England's remarkable victory over New Zealand is his greatest win as an England player, even better than his heroics at Headingley and in the World Cup final. England chased 299 with 22 overs to spare on the final day to win the second test at Trent Bridge. And that is sports news.
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSP You Trust.
Business News, Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The country's most diversified blue chip Haleys PLC has doubled its group after-tax profit to an all-time high of 28.1 billion rupees in the financial year 2022. Chairman and Chief Executive Mohan Panditagay says FY22 set a new record for the highest profit in the 144-year history of Haleys as the group surpassed the record set in the previous year with a 100% increase.
Business News, sponsored by
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB You Trust.
Economic news, courtesy of...
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act No. 42 of 2011.
Purchasing of paddy harvest for the yellow season in the district of Mullaitivu, Vavuniya and Kilinochchi has already started. Agriculture Minister Mahinda Amaraweera says that the prices of paddy in the market has declined with the commencement of the paddy harvest in these districts. Paddy harvest in the Ampara district has also begun. Therefore, the prices of rice will be declined. And that was economic news.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act No. 42 of 2011.
In the weather report, the Met Department says that several special showers will occur in the western Sabaragamu and northwestern provinces and in the Kandy and in the Galle and Mathura districts. Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in the Uva, eastern central, north central provinces and in Vavuniya and Mullaitivu districts during the afternoon or night. That was the weather report. And to end this news broadcast, the headlines again. The World Food and Agriculture Organization has agreed to provide 365,000 bags of urea fertilizer to Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka to receive 6 batches of rice from China. Litro resumes LP gas distribution after 11 days. The city bus service will be implemented in order to provide speedy transport service to the people. Displaying of voters' register begins today. In foreign news, Rwanda asylum flight cancelled after legal action. And with that, we end this news broadcast from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.